Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another Giving Thanks. You're going to see me more often because I am not teaching. We're off. It's winter semester. Winter is here. And yeah, I'm taking a respite from teaching, which is a good thing because it gives me more time to do other things that I have to do. And those other things that I have to do are research, service, and those two things have sub things be underneath them. So for the research, I have to do actual research studies. So I'm in a study right now. I also have to write and publish journal articles about the research that I'm doing. So I have 5 articles in the popper getting ready to be submitted to journals. You have to submit 1 article per journal. You can't submit 1 article to 2 journals. It doesn't work that way. So I may get responses back, I may not, that it depends. However, I get time to do that, and I was supposed to travel. I was supposed to travel to Texas, and that didn't happen. My children's dad passed away, and we're in the midst of grieving, preparing, and reflecting, and it's just hard. It's just been a hard road. I have to be there for my children, and in being there for my children, I have to put what I want aside. So I wanted to go on a vacay. I wanted to go vacay, but I have to put that on the side. So the theme today is healing and being true to yourself within that healing. So if you are grieving, you are healing. If you are grieving, you are healing. Okay, I'm going to say that twice. Yeah, my wraps keep coming off. I'm going to have to fix it. So you can wrap it the way I had it before, or I can turn it into a bun in the back. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see if that stays. Thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Today's theme is healing. And healing is about being true to yourself. Being true to yourself. Okay? Oops. And when you're true to yourself, you're going to get haters. You're going to get folks. My earrings. You're going to get folks that are going to hate you. This is going to happen when you're true to yourself. You're going to get haters. See? My son slammed the door. He's like, he doesn't want to hear it. But a lot of people don't want to hear it. But I thank you for joining and for listening. Hi, wanting to hear it. Because healing comes from a place of calmness. Thank you so much, Ryan. You want to hear it. Healing comes from a place of calmness. Being calm, living in a calm place is important. I like a clean kitchen. I like to clean my kitchen before I go to rest. And some people are not that way, right? You have people who leave the kitchen in a mess and go to bed, wake up and it's a mess. I like to clean it. And when you have opposing views in a home, it's going to collapse. A divided house cannot stand. When you are divided in a home, one person is cleaning and the other person isn't. That is going to divide the home. So you know, adult children should know to clean up after themselves, right? But sometimes that's not the case. Um, so we're gonna get started. Let's get our let's get our verse today. Let's get our verse today up and going. Our verse of the day. So we start with our verse of the day.
Not fair. When you're sleeping, I don't be making noise like this.
And our verse
Can
of
you
the
just be
day.
quiet, lower your voice? I'm trying to sleep. I have to go to work. 8:30.
Okay, our verse of the day is coming from Isaiah. Oh my goodness, Isaiah. Isaiah is bringing in our verse today. So while I play my intro to the verse of the day, look up Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. 7:14. Isaiah. Here we go. Verse. Verse of the day. 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 I'm stoking my sage. I got me some sage, and sage cleanses. Okay, it cleanses the negative energies. So I love me some sage. I'm gonna sage that one out. Whatever entity has people. And let me tell you, it's not people that are mean, it's an entity that's taking them. Okay? So we have to rebuke the entity.
Man, it's not
We have to
fucking
rebuke
funny.
it.
Go to sleep. Just be quiet. I'm trying to sleep. I have to wake up. I have to go to work. It's not funny. Just lower your voice. When you to be sleeping, I don't be making noise. Come on, man.
This is what I have to deal with. So yeah, this is what I have to deal with. Oh my goodness. Those of you who have your own homes and live alone, don't feel lonely. Be appreciative that you don't have interference. Okay? Yeah, and dropping F-bombs during my live, is not good. My son did that once during my live. He called me names, just being disrespectful. And this is what's happening now. He's in the room next to me. And every time I get up to do my live, I giving thanks. This is what happens. This is what happens. And he listens to me talking about him. But people get offended when I say something. They think it's them I'm talking about, but it's the entire population. And if I throw a rock in a crowd, guess what? It's the hit dog that's going to bark. And it's not right. But righteousness is something that is there, it exists, but a lot of people, some people do not go into that place. They allow their feelings, they allow their feelings to get them caught up in disrespect, all these negative things. So when we find ourselves in places like that, we have to keep calm. We have to not go to that level. I used to do that with my son. I used to go to this level with him and fighting and getting louder than him. And I have stopped doing that because it doesn't sit well with anything. So, and it doesn't help me as a woman. And yes, he does need his own place. So I'm gonna have to find. Thank you, Ryan, for listening. By the way, thanks for liking the video. Yeah, this is something that has been an ongoing thing. I have lost, friends. People stop being my friend because of this young man's disrespect when I'm on the phone or something. But anyway, we're going to lift up because healing, my son needs healing. Yeah, when my children turned 18, they had to go. This is a unique situation that has taken place with my son being here with me. It's a unique situation. His brother passed away. His grandfather passed away. My dad, my son. So we came together to support each other. But that's not what's happening. There's a lot of anger, a lot of hatred, a lot of disrespect, a lot of heated, hostility and toxicity, actually. So, yeah, exactly. So this may have to happen because this is my home, and when I go live, that's my business. You're in another room. Why should it bother you? I'm loud. Yeah, I'm loud. I'm going to be loud. And this is what's going to happen. But you're not going to be disrespectful. So, and my first son, this is the road he was on. Very disrespectful and didn't listen and wanted to, do what he wanted and not care about the consequences. And this is what I'm seeing with this one. So I ask everyone out there to lift up not just my son, but people who are angry and need healing. This video is for them. Healing and being true to yourself. So, J-Dub said lift up the belt. Violence is not good. Violence, God abhors the violent man, woman, and child. So this violence to solve a situation is not going to be the best outcome. So let's get into our verse of the day.
Verse of the day.
Let's get into the verse of the day.
Verse of the day. Verse of the day. Verse.
Rocking with Cow.
Verse of the
Hi,
day.
how are you? Thanks so much for joining. We are getting ready to do the verse of the day. Very blessed rise to you. And our verse of the day, as I mentioned, is coming from Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. So look it up. Yeah, I might have to do that, like get him out. But where is he going to go? He has nowhere to go. It's a situation. Yeah, being disrespectful to me in front of other people is really low to the floor. Yeah. She didn't care where we went. Yeah. This is going to have to happen. Time to go. Yeah, it is. Send me some, I don't know what to send me, but yeah, we have to, during this time that I'm off from teaching, I'm going to reevaluate things. And, I may have to go somewhere else. Yeah, I may have to do that. But stay tuned because guess what? This channel has a lot of surprises. I had to lock my door because he comes in and you heard what he said. And it makes him look bad, really. You're not making me look bad. You're making yourself look bad. And that can be a hard thing. So Isaiah is going to help us. Isaiah is going to help us because Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14, therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. The Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel. Okay? So, because of that, I am going to take my son and put him right there at Emmanuel, at this birth of this son that has been called to give strength and healing to the people. So my son needs healing. He lost his dad, he lost his brother. It's not an excuse for disrespect, let me tell you. However, I am going to put him at the foot of the cross and ask that the entity that has him being in this way, because I know he's good, but there's an entity that has him in this way. Just like people who may be married to someone and that person is a narcissist, that's an entity. It's not them. It's an entity that has taken over their minds and using them in this way. They're being used. You're being used when you're being disrespectful. So don't be used. Stop being used. Stop being a puppet for a puppet master, right? Look at that. My wrap is coming off my head. Stop being used in that way to do that. Yeah, let's see that entity survive on a different route. So I rebuke that entity in the name of Jesus, honestly. In the name of Jah Rastafari, Selassie the First, all of it. I rebuke that entity. Because a lot of times we see that entity being a destroyer. Let me see if I can wrap it this way. Let's see, is it gonna stay on or slide off? Yeah. That entity came into a father's life and took his son. There was what was it? A party of some sort in Massachusetts. Yeah, in Massachusetts, Stockton, a 14-year-old, his 14-year-old was taken out because of somebody's anger, somebody's jealousy, and somebody's unhealed self, allowing the entity to take over and take the life of this young boy, 14 years old. So these entities are out there. They are out there. They're out there committing violent acts. They're inside people's home in domestic violence situations. These entities, I have come to rebuke them. I have come to cast them out. And they don't like me, these entities. They don't like me. They don't like the fact that I get up at 5, 3 o'clock in the rise, and I commune with righteousness, and I talk to God. In the wee hours of the rise, the entities don't like that. So, get off, entity. You cannot penetrate. Because of Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Okay? Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14. And yeah, the entity is is not afraid of me as a person, but what dwells inside of me, that is the most righteous of righteous. That is why there's conflict with this entity. Were I to be inside of me evil and jealous and all that, I wouldn't have the entity bothering me at all. Okay? But because I'm a child of God, because I am using the word to uplift and to battle with, the entity doesn't like me. They're gonna use my loved ones to attack. They use my sister, my younger sister, they use her to attack me. Our dad passed away, and my sister, we're sad and everything like that. Well, an entity took her over, and she was upset and angry. She was upset and angry, and I said, "It's okay. It's gonna be okay." She responded. Well, she didn't respond. The entity responded, "F you, F you, F you." The entity responded that. And I heard the voice of the most righteous God inside of me saying, "Leave it alone. I got this. I'm going to deal with this. I am God. I'm going to deal with this." So I left it alone. And God dealt with it accordingly. Okay? So when we talk about healing, this is our theme today, healing and being true to yourself is your healing. Okay? And the God that I serve is righteousness. It's mercy. Having mercy and loving, being loving and kind to even the worst of the worst. That's what God is for me. That's who I serve. And I'm not going to roll over and let people, whatever. I am going to simply become the example I want others to be for me. Okay? So our verse of the day, Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14. I love it. Let's shift to our word
It's the
today.
word
What is
of
our
the
word
day.
today? Healing.
It's the word of the day. It's the word
Oh my
of the
goodness.
day. It's the word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day.
Isaiah chapter 58 verse 8 is bringing in our word today. Isaiah chapter 58 verse 8 is bringing in our word today. So guess what? Isaiah chapter 58 verse 8. So we had the verse of the day, Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14. Remember? At the verse that they talking about the virgin and the birth of Christ. And the virgin was to call him Emmanuel. Now we have Isaiah 58 verse 8 bringing in our word today, healing. Then your light shall break forth as the dawn, and your healing shall spring up quickly. Okay? Isaiah chapter 58 verse 8. So, light. J-Dub talking about lightning and talking about light and loving lightning. Well, Isaiah is talking about it too. Your light shall break forth as the dawn. Whose light? The Most High's light. And healing shall spring up quickly. You're going to be healed like boom, quick, with the quickness. With the quickness, you're going to be healed. Isaiah 58 verse 8. So the word today, healing for December 11th. God's healing love blesses every part of my life. And that's why entities of jealousy, envy, hate, discriminatory, all these entities that are negative and opposite of what God is, they don't like when you are chanting up God. They don't like when you're chanting up righteousness. They don't like when you're being merciful to the wicked. They don't like when you are being kind to the unkind. They don't like when you have compassion for those who are not nice. They don't like when you have grace for people who are mean. These entities don't like that. They're bitter. They're envious. It's just a reeking of a nastiness. They're nasty. Okay? They're nasty with their mouth. They're nasty with the way they live their lives in their homes. They don't clean up after themselves. They don't clean the bathroom after they use it. They don't clean the kitchen after they use it. They don't clean their room that they sleep in. So I rebuke these unclean entities. I rebuke them in the name of Jesus, Selassie the First, the most righteous of righteous, the goodness of God. I call on for these entities. Now, I'm going to be specific. I'm going to be specific with this calling on these powerful righteousness to rebuke these entities. I call Michael, Archangel Michael, protector of God's people. Okay, that's who I'm calling the first one, Michael, to come and dispel this entity out of my home. I'm also calling Raphael. Raphael is an archangel who heals and restores the righteous. Okay, today is our word healing. Raphael is right up in there because Raphael, the archangel, heals and restores the righteous. Okay? Because the righteous needs it. The righteous needs restoring because they're being attacked. They're going to be attacked by these entities, these unclean entities. So Raphael comes. I'm calling him. You step out, Raphael. Come on into this house and remove the nasty entity that's in this home. The another archangel, Gabriel, is 4 of them. They don't play. Gabriel is an archangel. He's a messenger of divine decrees. Okay? Gabriel. He's going to send messages of divine decrees. Like, listen to the divine laws of righteousness. One of the laws of righteousness is you are respectful to your mother who birthed you, according to Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son. Respect your mother, people out there. Do not disrespect your mother. Do not go there. When you disrespect your mother, you are disrespecting God himself, because there's a relationship with the mother and God. Blessed mother. So Gabriel, the archangel, is a messenger of divine decrees. I call that messenger of divine decrees Gabriel right now to rebuke the nasty entity out of my home. The another archangel is Phanuel. Phanuel. Phanuel is a guardian of the future of the elect and leads the faithful to eternal life. So Phanuel is a guardian of the elect. Who is the elect? The elect is those who are elected for righteousness' sake. That's all their job is, to do good. Okay? To do good. That's it. And it don't matter what your mother is. She could be a streetwalker taking 10 clients in her bed every night. You're going to respect your mother. It don't matter what she doing. You're going to respect your mother until the day comes when the revelation happens. Okay? Yeah, video games. I have a whole video about that. Violence perpetuates violence. Violence begets violence. When you are violent, engaging in violent video games, movies, when you are engaging in these violent acts on TV or anywhere, guess what? You are inviting the entity of violence into your life. It's going to come right on you. You're going to get your busted. Okay? And yes, we have abuse. We have child abuse. Okay? Parents may do that. And what's a child supposed to do? Disrespect them and beat them back? No. You get what you give. When parents allow their children to sit in front of video games, this is what's going to happen. Video games are known to create violent children. It's just what happens. So the word today, healing, let's get that word up again.
It's the word.
The word of the day.
Word of the day. It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day.
My
It's
rap is coming
the
off again.
Word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day.
Beating your kids for no reason. Parents have a reason for disciplining and whooping their kids. They always have a reason. Okay? And their reason may be to change behaviors. And that doesn't change behaviors. It allows the parents to get out the frustration out on their children, right? But when we talk about healing as the word today, the word healing, in the past, when I communicate to God for healing, my thoughts would go to my body and what it needed to be restored to health. As I have grown righteously, I have come to understand that healing encompasses all aspects of life and almost every condition I could experience, right? In addition to my physical well-being, my healing needs could pertain to my relationships, my emotional life, or my financial circumstances. Okay, where do you get this information from? No matter what prompts my prayers, communication to God for healing, I begin by affirming fullness and the presence of righteousness within I. I communicate to righteousness, releasing worries, anxious feelings, and surrendering the situation to the divine within me. So that's what I do. I surrender the situation to the divine within me. I then claim my healing, inviting the love and power and tranquility of righteousness to guide me. Okay? And that is our word today, healing. Now, in video games, anything a child is exposed to is gonna have an impact on their life, on their behavior. Okay? Anything a child is exposed to is gonna have an impact on their behavior. Now, some people don't believe that. Some people think, whatever. The kids remind them of the baby daddy. That could happen sometimes. Yeah, some people can beat their kids because they have a bad day. Yeah, it's in the news. J Dove, thank you. You get exactly what you give. Yeah, and I'm healing. Healing is an important. Healing is important. Healing yourself and finding truth in that healing is going to break away all of the negative and the negating of people's character. Because in Isaiah chapter 58 verse 8, then your light shall break forth as the dawn, and your healing shall spring up quickly. So Isaiah chapter 58 verse 8 gives us this insight into the question and the actual answer to the question, being true to yourself. Are you true to yourself? And J Dove, thanks for sharing all these stories of infanticide. Infanticide is when infants are being murdered, okay? And infanticide happens to women or to people who are not healed. Who are not healed. We have a lot of unhealed people living in society today, okay? A lot of unhealed people living in society today. And because of people's unhealedness, if that's a word, they're going to attack you. They're going to attack you. I know you're not making it up. These are stories that happen, but I'm telling you the reason why people are violent, they're rude, they're disrespectful, is because people are not healed. They haven't been healed. And that's what this message is today, giving thanks. It's about healing, getting healed, okay? Getting healed. Healing yourself is becoming true to yourself. You don't get divorced and jump into another marriage. You got to get healed from that. And now he's putting the music right to the door. Okay. Where's my... So this is a father of a 14-year-old killed in Stockton birthday shooting, describes his anguish.
I really don't know what exactly to say, because it makes me feel like I'm in a nightmare, I'm in the twilight zone. Ever since this happened, I haven't really, my wife, my kids, we haven't been able to eat, sleep, think correctly. I don't even know what time it is. I barely know what day it is. And I'm just really messed up and I'm really hurt because, my son's gone and, he was the joy of my life. And I just, and I don't want to be one.
Wow, that is just so sad. This young boy.
Stop the violence.
Yeah, we gotta stop the violence. It's too many violence.
Stop the violence. Now.
Yeah, stop the violence now. Like, stop it. It needs to stop. A gun, the goal of a gun is to destroy. Why are you going out there with a gun to destroy? Stop it. Stop it right now with the violence. I was in tears listening to this man losing his son.
Honestly,
Losing his son to violence. Not good. And when we see violence in video games, when we see violence on TV and movies, we are numbed. We are numb to it. And what ends up happening is the same violence that we see, we emanated. We that nature, that violent nature, we emanated. So Why don't we put inside of us loving videos, kind words? Let's put inside of us, things that are going to heal us and empower us and not disempower us into violence. Violence is not a good thing and it needs to be eradicated.
Stop the violence now. The stalking
Yeah.
community.
Stop the violence now. This happened.
I want to be.
This
I
is
was
it
like, I
here.
can't leave my baby
This
right
was
here.
on
Like, you know, I had
CBS
her in my arms,
News.
And then I dove down there,
Um,
and then I was like, I can't leave my baby right here. Like, you know, I had her in my arms, and then hey, they gonna be there? No, we ain't going to that party. We'll go out like this, and it was gonna happen. He's smiling, his smile would just light up the sky, like.
so
man, like,
they are now mourning a son
oh my
lost
God, he took my baby.
because of violence.
They took my baby. And I don't mean that, I don't know, like,
Yo, I got to see
disrespectful
this.
to anybody else who lost their kid, but they took my golden boy, man. Like, people knew in this community that my son was gonna be somebody, that my son was gonna be somebody. My son was going somewhere. He had it up here. One thing that was different about me, I never gave up on my kids. I never gave up on my kids. And every time I had a kid, it was a surprise. Like, I never knew, like, oh, month one, oh, I got a baby coming. It was like 4 months in, boom, 5 months in, you got a baby on the way. So it was just like, I was surprised with him. I was surprised with Mari. I was surprised with KK. I was surprised with BB. I was surprised with Kamaya. Like, all these were just blessings just coming to me like, bam, 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 bam. And then I'm like, man, how I'm going to do this? How I'm going to take care of all these kids? How I'm going to just be able to just be there and be able to just do everything that everybody else is doing and just be the man that I'm supposed to be and take care of my family and get a big house and get them their own room and buy them shoes and clothes whenever they need it, whenever they want, whatever they ask for. I struggled, so I did whatever I could do. Like, I cut hair, I painted houses, I worked on houses, I did whatever. I worked at the school, I did everything to be there, to provide for my family. And all I was trying to do was just be there with my family and have a good time, and for him, and just have a family outing. And I didn't go there because of these people were going to be there. I just went there because my wife wanted to go because they asked to bring my baby girl over there because it was a baby's party. So we wanted our babies to be together. I didn't know all these other people was going to be there and be doing all this crazy mess. So, like, I ain't gonna never let us down, and I don't feel safe. My kids don't feel safe. My wife don't feel safe. The hardest thing was, like, okay, it's bullets flying. Which baby do I go for? Which one do I go for? Then people, like, I don't know how I'm supposed to go. My mental health, I work at the schools. I can't even be around kids no more, like high school kids that are ignorant, that's trying to be like, I can't be in a setting like that no more. So how am I gonna how am I going to provide for my family if I can't even do my job? Because of all this. Like.
This is what's happening. And that's why it's very serious. When we talk about healing, this man has lost his son. This woman has lost her son. These siblings has lost their brother. And to what? To violence? To an act that could have been prevented or someone healed from jealousy and envy? They were jealous of this young man. Jealous of him to the point where they don't want him alive. And taking somebody's flesh off the earth, that person is into the flesh. They think that the flesh is more important than the soul or the spirit inside of you. So they think when they exterminate your flesh, you're gone completely. No, you that energy cannot be destroyed. You can take the flesh, but you cannot take what's inside of that flesh. And this man lost his son and doesn't know how he's going to survive the next days.
I don't know, man. This don't even make no sense, man. It really don't. My baby ain't coming home ever again. Ever again. It's like I want to die just so I can be with my son. I don't want to live no more just so I can be there with him, so I can hold him. It's just so painful for me to just see my son there dying. And not only like I'm trying to save him and them.
So this is not, that's why it's serious. Okay? This happened. We have people are violent. We have people are disrespectful. There's the entity. The entity I'm talking about is running rampant, okay, in our world. And it's running so rampant, it's in my home that's trying to take over my son. But I rebuke it because a mother's communication to God is powerful. When I get down on my knees and I talk to God and I communicate to God to remove these entities out of my home. I know they're in the world. It's going to happen in the world, but they do not have to be in my home. I want them out. So I am going to open my door and I'm going to say, get out of my home, you entity, you dirty, nasty entity, get out. And I'm going to close my door and come back in.
I don't know if anybody has ever experienced anything like that. It's horrific. Like I thought horror movies were scary. No. Horror movies are not scary. What's horrifying is seeing your kids and seeing bullets flying everywhere and you trying to save them. There's always going to be a void in my heart now, and all my family, all my kids. My daughter, she got hit. I could have lost her, you know, and it's going to change her for life. My son, it's going to change him for life. Him and Amari share the same room. He can't even sleep in the same room no more. You know what I'm saying? They having nightmares. My wife, how you think she feel? That's her baby.
What would you want to say to Amari?
I would tell you like what I would tell him every day, son. I love you, baby boy. I love you with all my heart. And
Parenting is hard. It's very hard. And especially hard when your child is taken away. So as we outro with our giving thanks today, I want to make everybody who's listening to this aware. So, as we outro, I want everyone to focus on healing today. Today's word is healing. We're going to heal ourselves. Thank you, Steel Pulse. This is not my music. Steel Pulse is the originator of this song, Chant a Psalm, because guess what? You chant a psalm a day, you keep the entity away, okay, of negativity. So thank you so much for joining and for listening to this live. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you so much for tuning in and being part of my Giving Thanks channel. Good tidings I bring you. Unfortunately, today we had some interruptions. My apologies for that, but we're gonna keep on pushing through because that's all we gotta do is to keep pushing through. And I got my sage. Yes, the entity doesn't like this. They don't like this. So I spread it around. Okay. Have a blessed day. Remember, stand in love, don't fall in it. Always keep your head up when you're being attacked by negativity. You just have to forward into positivity. Okay? Don't answer back negativity. Let it dissipate out of your way. Have a blessed day. Remember, again, stand in love. Don't fall in it. Stand in love. Don't fall in it. Get married for the right reasons. Don't get married because you need a person. Get married because you want to build with a person. Okay? That's what marriage is. It's a building together. Have a blessed day. We're going to chant a psalm a day. No matter what goes my way. Have a blessed day. Take good care. Remember, stand in love.